Welcome back to Dad Gets Fit.
Yep, and some of you have commented or messaged us personally saying you're joining in on the Get Fit challenge. So if you are, please do update us as well in the comments and tell us how you're getting on, because it's performance review time.
Absolutely. The big moment.
Yeah. So I suppose, what have we been doing over this week?
So we had obviously had to talk about our strategy.
Yeah.
What you wanted me to do and how you wanted me to do it, and also what I was willing to do and not do. So we had a few discussions.
We did, yeah.
A few little arguments.
I wouldn't say arguments. I'd say we didn't shout.
Oh no, we never shouted.
But we disagreed.
Yeah. But the bottom line was I was looking for evidence, wasn't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you found some.
I did. I sent some articles. So I went onto Google Scholar and I found some articles, because I made the claim in the last session, you can probably remember, that, well, I basically just said I'm against starvation diets and yo-yo diets and all of the hardcore dieting of past times.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I disagree with that. I agree, I'm willing to go with that. It's just when,
No, I know.
It's just specifically how many calories can we have and all of that. Really,
I think what we were disagreeing on was not. So I guess we both agreed that your previous diet methods are a bit extreme.
Yeah.
However, you have seen results with them, obviously. So what was the difficulty, I think, was proving that you would see results with a more measured approach.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Because I think you were concerned that it wasn't going to be effective, but we found some research through Google Scholar that supported a more sort of
more measured sort of approach. Yeah, so there's this article that we'll put on the description called Healthy Strategies for Successful Weight Loss and Weight Maintenance, a Systematic Review. I should say these papers are not necessarily written for everybody in mind, because they're dense. They're dense. They're scientific papers, and this is a systematic review, so it looks at a bunch of other studies. In fact, there's 24 studies here.
That's why I thought it was quite good, because it was a cumulative look. It's when it looks at all of the different ones and compares to see what the research of the day says and what they're agreeing with each other or not. Yeah.
So out of these 24 studies, they found that for significant safe weight loss, an energy deficit was required, which was commonly achieved by reduced fat intake. Increased dietary fibre was also a component of 21% of successful interventions. Also, it talks about physical activity was included in 88% of the successful interventions, as well as behaviour training and self-monitoring in 92%. So the psychology of it was a big factor. So I guess there's no surprises there, really. It's reduce calorie intake or energy deficit. So basically you're using more than you're taking in. The fibre one, I must admit, I hadn't really thought about that much. Maybe we can talk about that another time.
I think that is interesting, though, because like you said, I think in the previous one you said about grapes and you were concerned about the sugars, but then I said but fibre, so that actually it bore fruit.
Bore fruit, fun. I mean, that was only 21% of successful interventions, but still that was significant. And physical activity, as well as some behavioural kind of psychological intervention as well. So that was the abstract. That was the kind of summary of what they found. The other thing, I suppose, we had, I suppose the main disagreement was how many calories, really. So I think the NHS talked about 1,900 calories for a man, and that just seemed a lot for me to lose weight.
Yeah, I think they do. The NHS website doesn't have a calculator for your exact personhood. So it just gives an average man and how much to eat, and that was 1,900 for average man, which is actually less than I thought average man would be eating.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would say that's probably what I would normally eat.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm going to lose
diet.
weight on that
No.
personally. I mean, I could be wrong, but anyway, looking at the research, it looks like around 1,500 calories for a man is around where most of the studies were shown, but there were some with 1,900. So obviously I stand corrected. You can lose weight. That's what the research has shown on 1,900 calories. But
I suppose it depends, because it's basically weight loss is a bit of an equation, and there's a lot of different parts to it. So I suppose it depends on how much you're working out and so on. So like, if you are, let's say for instance, let's say we do a 40-minute bike ride and you follow that up with strength training, like with weights or squats or whatever, you're going to be pretty hungry. And if you want to feed your muscle growth as well, then you're going to need to eat. So I suppose it does depend. So maybe when we get further down, because you said you might want to start doing some more like strength building later. Because obviously the good thing with biking is it is resistance training built in as cardio as well. But we might want to do that later, and then we might have to adjust because you might be starting getting hungry. But for now, you're doing around 1,500, aren't you?
Yeah, so that's my target, 1,500 calories a day, which is still for me seems quite a lot. But that's not to say that I have to hit that every day religiously. But the concern is in the papers that if you don't reach a certain amount of calorie intake in long term, then you're going to lose out on your nutrients, and that's obviously what you told me. So the science agrees with you, Celine.
Yay. I did say the papers are there.
You did, and I just wanted evidence, and you've provided the evidence, so that's good. So my target really is around 1,500 calories a day, and that's really what, with exercise, and that's kind of what we've been doing this week, isn't it? Yeah. So I was going to be taking a bit more of an active role in the biking with you, to be a bit more like motivational, like let's go do it. But then I was doing my own exercises. I was doing steps on the bottom step, like running up and down the bottom step. I hate to say it because it sounds, some people think I was running up and down the whole stairs. I wasn't. I was just going up and down, like using step.
And I just slipped and sprained my ankle.
You sort of twisted it.
Yeah, it rolled in on itself. Luckily it didn't break because I had trainers on. So PSA, wear your trainers even if you're working out at home. And I was a bit out of action, but I joined you yesterday.
You did, yeah.
And that was really nice.
It was nice. It was a lovely day. We went out on a bike. I mean, I can get on my bike anyway. It's nice to have you with me.
On some of those days when you could easily just stay sat down.
Yes.
If you know you've promised someone that you're going to go out, it puts a bit more impetus to follow through, doesn't it?
And I think that's the psychology bit. That's obviously really important, is that you've got somebody that you're not necessarily answering to, but that's talking about it. Plus, talking to you is also part of my strategy here, because I think put it up there, put it out there, and then it makes me look a bit of an idiot, doesn't it, if I don't do it? So that's why I'm trying to put good pressure on myself to make it happen. I guess this is why people go to clubs,
we do it with little teams. Me and Maria used to go to the gym together. Fairly regular, and like every now and then we've still dip in together, but because we used to go to the same gym, and that was good because it would encourage you to go. And I did go with Mum a few times, but she just doesn't enjoy the gym. She sort of angrily walks on an incline on the treadmill.
It is boring. That's why I prefer the bike. So I've been on my bike a few times. We've got a bit of footage of that. Okay, so I'm on my bike today. I've just finished the bike and site recording. Obviously this is part of my weekly routine to try and lose weight. Well, to lose weight. I am losing weight. I'm going to try. I'm going to do. So I'm on my bike. I've done just over 4 miles. It's a very windy day today, so I'm thinking that I've probably done more calories than my bike computer is telling me. I'm pushing against the wind. I've had a discussion with Celine today about what sort of regime I'm going to have, and after a bit of an argument we've found a paper online. It's actually through Google Scholar that talks about, well, it's actually a kind of review of a lot of different papers around the best sustainable ways to, oh, that's so adorable, the best sustainable ways to lose weight. So we're going to use that. Celine has also downloaded an app that you can do some sort of fancy graphs with and work out your calorie deficit. So it seems to me that it's a fairly simple calculation, really. It's, you know, the amount of energy that you take in versus the amount of energy that you use. Of course, that's going to differ in terms of how much you use, depending on your metabolism and how much exercise you do, your height, weight, already, and all that sort of thing. So, of course, there are more complications, but ultimately, I'm going to try and do it based around using up more calories than I'm taking in. I'm going to do it gradually, and I'm going to lose £2 a week. I'm not going for any more than that, and that means that I should get to my target weight in about 21-22 weeks. But I'm going to start seeing some really good results after sort of 10 weeks, aren't I? So that's going to be great. What else have I been doing? So we did. So you've got an app.
Yes.
That you're going to show.
Yeah, I'll put some
everybody.
some screenshots on.
Yeah.
We started on the 22nd because we weren't entirely sure originally what we were going to do.
Yeah, we had to have our argument. And
yeah, we had our argument and we needed to read the paper
the research,
and stuff.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then it was a matter of like, how do we measure that? Because also it was like, do we want to necessarily be always sort of really looking at the numbers? But I think because some people don't like doing that, they find it sort of, if you come from like a disordered eating situation, they find it sort of triggering. But I think that we're in a mental space where we can do that. Yeah,
I mean, I'm a big fan of the numbers, so everything I do in research and in my job in manufacturing, it's always about numbers. You know, what are the numbers telling you?
Yeah, so it's not like you have an emotional attachment to it, and it's causing any sort of mental trauma or anything. It's just a tool for you, isn't it? So absolutely. It's fine. Obviously, like I say, everyone's got to do what's right for them, but for you, it's just a good tool.
Yeah.
So you input your current weight and the weight you would like to get to.
So just to clarify, last week we did a weigh-in, which we got a bit wrong, didn't we?
Yeah. So, well, I couldn't see the scales very well. I didn't have my glasses on.
So actually my weight last week was 14 stone 10. Yeah. And I want to be 11 stone 7. So that's my target.
Yeah. I suppose we should say your height as well.
Yeah, I'm 5'8", so I think I did mention I'm 5'8". Yeah, so again, this is why maybe statements about how many calories a man should take is perhaps because I'm not particularly tall.
No.
So comparing me to a 6'7" guy, you know, he's clearly going to be a bit different. So because
I think the average height is like, is it 5'10"?
I think it's about 5'10" nowadays. Yeah.
So obviously that's. Just, I know 2 inches doesn't sound like a lot, but it does affect your how much food you need to just maintain.
Yes, absolutely.
So anyway, we started the app. You put in all of your measurements. You put in your sex and things like that. So what we started doing was putting in the food. So it's really easy. You just put in, like, we had a baked potato. It weighed this much, so it will be 278 calories for that baked potato. We had tuna, so you put in like can of tuna, all of that sort of thing. Mayonnaise, blah 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 blah, and then that tells you what it is, and it does a breakdown, like your daily report. So you know you've had 23% of your intake was protein, 48% was carbs, 29% was fat. But I don't know how much we care about the breakdown.
No, I suppose I'm trying to do it as a balanced diet. So if you suddenly saw one just virtually zero or whatever, then maybe we start to be worried. So we want to get a balanced diet.
Exactly.
I think.
And then it just goes on every day, so you just put it all in, and then
and you can scan the barcode on some products, can't you?
Which has been helpful.
Yeah.
So it makes it a bit quicker, because things like, the good thing is a lot of the fake meats are on there, because that would be really hard to input.
Yeah, because we're pescatarians, so we eat fish, but we don't eat any other meat. So we eat a lot of corn and some soya and things like that.
All the different fakes.
Yeah.
So it's good that a lot of those are scannable, because I don't think it would be easy to know, like put all of that. It would just be a faff. So that's good.
And as an aside, you know, I am living proof that you can be fat on a vegetarian diet. So these these claims that you look thin and skinny is not true. So that was quite good, and so you've been doing that for me very kindly. I've been telling you what I've been eating.
Yeah, and I just input it.
And you put it in. So the other thing that I did do, which please check it out, is a bit of a taste test on some low alcohol and no alcohol beers. So
they're a lot less calorie, aren't they?
They are a lot less calories and obviously better for you. The other thing, when you have alcohol, you tend to your resistance lowers a little bit in terms of, I just fancy a bag of crisps, or I just fancy that. So you tend to eat more of those other things that you're trying not to eat.
Alcohol is a gateway to snacks.
It's a gateway to snacks.
Yeah.
So again, I'm not saying I'm not having any on this diet, but I am drastically reducing the amount that I'm consuming, which is obviously good for me as well.
Yeah. I just think alcohol just has a lot of sugars and a lot of calories. So
and behaviourally, it's psychologically, because it knocks your normal kind of resistance to.
Not even just that. I think it does have like it does sort of behaviourally as well. If that's what you usually pair it with, then you start.
That's right.
Pavlov's dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, glass of wine. Oh.
Yeah. What goes with that?
What goes with that?
I know.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're doing the alcohol-free beers. It's kind of trying to break that a little bit, and I can still sit and enjoy a glass of beer or something, and maybe a few nibbles. And I do a review on some of the ones out there. So this is what I'm most excited about. This is the Ghost Ship, which is an actual ale. So that's quite exciting. It's a citrus pale ale. Actually, it's 0.5%, so it has a very small amount of alcohol content. But that sounds really good, and I really do like my real ales, so I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to try this one first. So you'll notice I've got my proper glass out here. I feel like it makes the beer taste better if it's in a proper glass. I don't know why that is. Of course it's psychological, I should know that. So I'm pouring it so I get not too much head. Right. I didn't mean to pour it all out actually, because I've got to use the glass, haven't I, for others. I'll need to go and get another glass. Right, okay, so alcohol free, or 0.5% alcohol, Ghost Ship. And again, comment to tell us what you think. Maybe you can try some as well, and let us know.
Definitely. And we talked a lot, or I talked a lot about the snacks and things, so to provide you, because I think that's the thing.
You did talk a lot about that,
yeah. Well, I think that it's like you don't want to feel like you're missing out.
Yeah.
So you want to have still have something, and there is something about like the psychology of just wanting to be nibbling, and I think the enjoying the crunch is what I talked about, and all of that. So we bought some snacks, and you do actually like them.
I do quite like them. Again, I trialled them, so I'm kind of giving it away there, but I quite enjoyed that, and I'll keep trying. So I'll keep doing that, a few sort of taste tests and things.
We'll try and get some different ones. It's difficult, obviously, at the moment. We can only get what we can get.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can get some more different flavours and things. We've also had some little flapjack bars and things.
Oh yeah,
haven't we?
yeah.
They were nice.
Yeah.
Because they're a bit more proteiny.
I've been eating more fruit.
Yeah.
So I've been having some pears. Mum brought some pears home from the veg shop, local veg shop. Grapefruit I'm expecting today. So I do quite like grapefruit, which is not everybody's taste, but I quite like that.
It
So
might
I'm
be a
gonna
good little
that.
breakfast as well
Yeah,
sometimes. Because I know you do like it in the evening, but if you've already got like your little like crunchy snacks, you might you could have the grapefruit in the morning. Because the thing with Dad is that you're not like a lot of the healthy breakfasts you don't like, so that's why I was like, well, maybe grapefruit, because you don't like porridge.
I don't really like porridge, no. I'll eat cereal, but obviously it depends what sort of cereal.
I have to buy you some muesli. You actually
got
like
some muesli.
Well, you can
Got
eat
some
muesli
muesli.
then.
Yeah, I might have a bit of
Yogurt.
music. I have been having a bit of yogurt at breakfast, or a bit of fruit actually. So I've had an apple or a pear or a yogurt. Now, often I would go without breakfast entirely in my, bad old days with hitting the diet hard. So that's one of the things that I've changed this time, is I am actually having some breakfast.
Yeah.
And then we tend to, because of the lifestyle, I suppose partly related to the lockdown, but also because we don't work regular hours.
No.
We have our main meal now sort of mid-afternoon, don't we?
Yeah, we have like midday dinner, and then and also because Mum, your wife, has a job where she works. So she works in a care home, and then cooking. So she finishes around
2:00.
2:00. So then we eat. I have, if Mum's in work, then I or you have dinner ready for about 2. Then we eat, and then.
Which obviously is nice. I think that's quite handy if you can do it. I appreciate not everybody can do that, and once lockdown ends, maybe that'll be more difficult because you might be working as well. Yeah. But I work from home, so for me, it's not a problem. But not everybody can do that. But anyway, if you can, I think it helps not to eat too late and not to have your big meal late in the evening.
I feel a lot less bloated. I don't know about you, but I think when you eat the bigger meal later. Yeah. And it makes it easier to exercise because you've had more time for it to settle. Yeah. So then when you come to, for it, like you go on the bike, or like if I'm jumping about, falling over, you don't feel as like full. Yeah. I think that does help. If you can, but yeah, because everyone says it, and you don't think it will make much of a difference, but when you do it, it actually is quite. Yeah,
it does make a big difference. If you can do it, then. Yeah, I would recommend that. As long as you don't, obviously, you've got to be careful in the evening, then you don't start feeling hungry. Yeah. All right, I need some toast and I need some of this and that. Then,
no, you need to have something nice, healthy snacks for later and like tasty things. So sometimes I have pita and hummus as like a thing later, or like carrots and hummus. Yeah. Hummus. All the veggies and vegans have a lot of hummus. Yeah. But yeah, we don't just eat like nothing. We do have something later. It's just we have some. We basically swap the meals round. We have a bit of a lunch in the evening, so it's lighter. It's more like high tea. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I've found it okay. I've quite enjoyed this week. I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I feel a little bit fitter.
Yeah. You've been working out a lot.
I have. Well, I've been on my bike about 3 times this week, I think. Yeah. We should say that it's a shorter week this week because we're recording it on a Wednesday.
We're a day early because we need to record on a Wednesday and then we'll put it up on a Thursday. So from now on, it'll always be
on a Thursday.
It'll be coming up on a Thursday, and we'll.
But my weigh-in will be on the Wednesday. So we've only got 6 days in this week. So hopefully, I've lost something. I'd like to think I've lost a bit more than perhaps what I would average, because obviously beginning you tend to lose more. So it's not been too bad. I've found it okay. So
Should we do that, and then we'll come back and we can talk about that and what we're going to do this coming week.
Yeah.
Right, so that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, lost, £4?
£4.
Lost £4.
So I was 14.10 last week, and I'm now 14.6. Yeah. So we said that the first few weeks I might lose a bit more than normal.
You're hoping to average £2 a week.
£2 a week, yeah.
Obviously averages. So hopefully at the beginning you normally do lose a bit more, and then some weeks it might be like 1, and then because it's an average. But at the beginning you normally lose a bit more, don't you?
Yeah, good.
So that's good. That's good. It's working.
Well, it is, and actually that is. Even though I'm not going on the crazy starvation diet, I'm still losing probably about as much as I would on a starvation diet. So that is kind of weird.
I think that suggests to you that maybe it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth the pain.
Well, no.
Why do that to yourself? Yeah, absolutely. So so carry on. Let's carry on doing that.
Yeah, I think getting on. You did 3 bike rides, so getting at least 3, maybe.
I'm doing about 400 calories on the bike. So I've got a little computer on my bike that tells me how many miles I've done, and also it calculates the calories directly. So it's over 400 calories. I'm only doing like 40 minutes on the bike at the moment. I mean, I have done a lot. Obviously, we talked about this last time. I do like getting out on my bike, but at the moment I'm just sticking to like under an hour because I can do that every day or every couple of days. Yeah. So if I can do that 3 times a week, that's probably what I should be doing. Good.
Yeah, nice. So
the
biking.
Plan. So I'll do that again 3 times a week on the bike, at least 40-45 minutes.
And I think definitely, like, you might, as we go further, increase that. But at the moment, I think that's good because it's a way of getting it into the routine. Yeah. Apparently it takes a couple of weeks to get into a routine, doesn't it? So keep doing that. Yeah. Keep using the calorie counter app because I think that's quite useful because it is showing your nutrients as well. So if something goes dramatically low, if you're constantly not eating enough of something, we can adapt to that. Yeah. Keep doing meal planning as well. I think that's really helping. Yeah. We're doing meal planning every week, ordering the right ingredients, so we've got everything in, because then there's no need to just pop in the shop and end up with stuff.
Well, lockdown has stopped us doing that anyway, hasn't it? Yeah. So that's perhaps a habit that was broken for us, really, which is not a bad thing.
No, well, we've always said we want to just get back into that, because it saves money as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we'll carry on with the sort of like regular meal planning. Yeah. Snack planning as well, in that having the right things in to snack on and enjoy. So it's just, I think it's just about being prepared. So we'll keep being prepared.
Indeed. Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And good job at your performance review.
Thank you. See you next week.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below how yours is doing. And don't forget to subscribe. And like it if you like it. And
and check out the beer tasting,
snack beer
especially if you're interested in beer, then let me know what you think about my opinions. I'm not an expert, but
well, no, but if you want to know what to do, and if you'd like to enjoy your fake beer in a fake pub, watch our fake pub video. We made a pub. Right.
So subscribe. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
See ya. Bye.